And we are live, and welcome to BFA Sports coverage of high school basketball here. Chris Losey, Coffee Jones filling in for Steve Westcott. And we're underway in this one in the Tri-State Christian Athletic Conference. What a game we've got for you. 5-0 Kings Christian hosting the Cougars of Atlantic Christian Academy. They were at 4-1 in the conference. We'll go over all of the starters and all the key players as we open up with a three-point and a miss. And we have a rebound now all of a sudden from, from Devin Bennett. He's the kid we're going to look for a lot. Rutgers has called on him as there's a shot up and no good from Kyle Schroll. And a reset for Kings. We'll set the five for you in a second as we started a little bit earlier than we should have, Coffee. So what to expect tonight with a 5-0 record for Kings Christian, 4-1 for ACIT.
Well, both of these teams are rivals to each other, Chris, so they're familiar with playing one another year in and year out. 5-0 Kings Christian in their division, 4-1 Atlantic Christian in their division. So this is a pivotal matchup at the top of the conference right here.
Caleb Vogel, Sam Glancy, and there's a three from Jacob Rossi is no good. Rosie misses that three. And we come back in, here's Bennett. In the corner, that's Kevin Beer. Out to the far side, they swing it, and that's Caleb Mannion. That shot is no good, out of bounds, and the ball will go to the Cougars. First minute of play here, BFA Sports, coverage of high school basketball. Chris Losey, Coffee Jones, and our BFA Sports crew.
2-2-1 full court zone press by Kings Christian to start that off, and they force the turnover.
Bring it back the other way. Schroll, and there's Bennett, and there's the first two of the night.
Yeah, he comes in averaging over 20 points per game. You see him at the top of that press, trying to force another turnover and get another run-out layup, but they give up one on the other end.
Rosie, and it's two apiece. We're going to expect this. We've been told by both coaches that it's going to be something like this. And there's a little full court, and that causes a near turnover. And a long three, no good from Bennett, and the rebound is pulled down by Caleb Vogel. Vogel finds Malachi Green. He's another of the stars for the Cougars, a senior guard here for Atlantic Christian. 2 minutes gone, 2-2 early on. Rosie, not to be confused with Losey, obviously. Rosie underneath, Malachi Green, the cutter, couldn't get it. And then a foul called in the backcourt. It'll be a lazy foul, but a call nonetheless, and it goes against Aaron Glancy. That's his first. So the five starters for Atlantic Christian with Malachi Green, Caleb Vogel, Sam Glancy with his brother Aaron, and Jacob Rosie, big guy number 34 in the paint. Kings Christian, Caleb Mignon in the corner. That three from Josiah Osman, number 10, no good. Of course, Devin Bennett, Kevin Beer, and Kyle Schroll.
It's going to be important for both of these teams, Chris, in the half court. Can they move the ball around and get themselves into a good shot?
It's like a little matchup zone there. Rosie with the drive, no good. Rebound is hauled down by Osman. Devin Bennett. Again, Rutgers talking to him, but no commit yet. There's a pass deflected. Osman gets it in the paint. The cutter is Beer. And a reset. A little helter-skelter early on.
Yeah, both of these teams playing full court press, and then when they drop back, these defenses are kind of locking in. This is a low-scoring game for the first couple minutes so far, Chris.
Osman in the corner, eyed up. And Spear and back out, and Bennett's got Glancy right in his face.
Good job by Atlantic Christian on this defensive possession. They get the deflection and almost get the steal. You notice they kept the ball on one side of the court that entire possession, and they do first turnover. Great possession defensively by Atlantic Christian.
Inbound from Sam Glancy. 4.5 to go here in the first. Still low scoring, 2-2. As Malachi faced that one, then dished it up. And getting the roll is Aaron Glancy.
And Glancy, another one of the double-figure scorers for this Atlantic Christian team. Just under 11 points per game so far.
Now we've got a whistle. We've got a foul call. The foul was on Aaron Glancy. That's his second early on. He's got both of the fouls for the Cougars. 4-2, Cougars in front. Devin Bennett out top. That's Osman backing in Glancy to the basket.
All right. All right. It's a great move there. Just go around the back, Josiah Osman, and gets the layup to tie us up at 4.
Little full court here, and Rosie might have walked at the center court line, no call. And you get it into Malachi Green's hands. Glancy for 3, short on that. Rebound in the paint, fought for, and the Knights have it. There's a baseline runner that doesn't go. The rebound doesn't go. And Malachi Green running for it.
You see the speed there, Chris. You see a quick in and out dribble, stays to that strong right hand. Gets right around Bennett for the layup. Let's put AC up 2.
And full court now from the Cougars.
That's exactly. They get a timeout. That was going to be a backcourt violation. Great ball pressure after the bucket by Atlantic Christian.
Today's game brought to you by Premier Orthopaedic Associates. Doctor's orders. You have an issue? You call Premier Orthopaedic Associates and Dr. Dwyer and his fantastic team. And we thank them for their incredible sponsorship and support of high school basketball throughout the season here on BFA Sports. 2:53 on the clock here in the first quarter, and it's an early score. Atlantic 6, Kings Christian 4. We are situated in the corner. I love these kinds of gyms, and maybe not so much for crowd coffee, but certainly for atmosphere, if you will, right? It's just a lot of echoes.
Don't get it twisted, Chris. This game means a lot to both of these teams. Talk about it, 5-0 versus 4-1 at the top of this Christian conference. These teams played for a league championship a year ago, won by Atlantic Christian. So Kings Christian is definitely looking for some revenge here.
Then they force the turnover again from Osman. Now what do we got? We have a wet floor coffee. So they're tending to that, and we can tell you once again, this broadcast exclusively sponsored by Premier Orthopaedic Associates. And Dr. Dwyer. Our next broadcast will be Friday, I believe. We're at Oma, Our Lady of Mercy Academy. Did you catch any of those games? That's some pretty good basketball.
Yes, sir.
All right, there we go. Housekeeping done. Down to 2:40 to go. What are the Cougars doing defensively thus far?
So far, they're just being active. They're turning the ball over with that full court press, but right now, you see just the simple passing on the other side. Finally got the ball to the other side of the court. They get an open 3 in the corner.
And it goes. Caleb Vogel, and he's on the board with his first points of the night. 5-point lead for the Cougars. Osman. I mentioned the sub Isaiah Andruzzi into the game, 24, who's standing all the way back by the paint. And that's why. Bennett tracks it down. 3 in the corner from Mannion, no good, but the rebound pulled down. Look at that board. Kyle Schroll. He tore that ball down. 3-point lead for the Cougars. Minute 39 left in the first.
Oh, good job getting in the passing lane.
Easy ones for Mannion.
He gets a nice steal, getting a hand in the passing lane.
Down to a minute 20, and it's a one-point
Another one.
game. And just like Coffey said it, and Devin Bennett will go to the basket.
Second bucket of the game for Bennett, came in averaging 20.2 points per game for this Kings Christian team, and their defense is locked in with 2 breakaway steals, back-to-back possessions.
Defense begets offense. Happens all the time, right? Under a minute to go, Rosie the cutter. Nice look underneath. Malachi Green gets the basket.
Attacking those gaps in the defense allows Green to get his first bucket of the game.
Osman, here comes the double team. Gets it in there. Magnon, too strong. Rebound, out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Knights with 30 seconds to go in the first. Andruzzi with 25 seconds. Cougars by 1. Tight contest thus far here on BFA tonight. And the Knights will hold for 1 shot.
Got the ball in the middle of the court.
On Rosie all the way, and the foul.
Way to fight through. You get the ball. Teams are playing zone against you. Get it to the middle of the court. That's what they did there. And Drewsley with a nice step through, power through the foul. He's got an and one opportunity here.
His first bucket of the night. He's got him up by 2. 12 seconds left. Glancy. Sam Glancy in the corner. Caleb Vogel. No good with that. Rebound to the Knights. 1 second, and that is the end of the first quarter. Here in this very, very good matchup between the 2 finalists in last year's title game of the Tri-State Christian Athletic Conference. 13-11, Kings Christian in front of Atlantic Christian. Back with the second quarter after this from Premier Orthopaedic Associates.
Hi, I'm Dr. Trina Listo, a provider here at Premier Orthopaedic Associates. As a mom, a coach, and a physician, I take concussions very seriously. If you have concerns that your student athlete may have sustained a concussion, it is always better to rest the player from play and monitor their symptoms and be evaluated. Remember, you don't have to have a direct injury to the head to sustain a concussion. Even a hard blow to the body can cause the brain to rattle inside the skull and create this injury. Having been trained, not just in concussions, but in higher level traumatic brain injury, allows us to help you take the guesswork out of this confusing injury. Remember, concussions are an invisible injury and can have prolonged symptoms, especially if not cared for correctly.
And here we are as we start the second quarter. We're checking our stats. Chris Losey, Coffey Jones, and an exciting contest here, as we mentioned. These 2 teams fought in the
press defense
last year. It's entertaining, but it's like because it's so, you're in the echoes of the gym.
Yeah.
You know, you're really trying to get a rhythm to this one, and it's a back and forth, and get your track shoes on there, buddy.
The way these teams are extending into full court, trying to beat this zone, there's going to be a lot of shots taken. A lot of turnovers in that first quarter on both sides, but I think both of these coaching staffs realize they can just sharpen up a few things. It's only a 2-point ball game between these 2 rivals at the top of their division.
Knights will get it to start the second quarter in a 2-point game, and I know we told people 6:30, but we actually started at 6:15, so you are watching the second quarter here live on BFA Sports. Chris Losey, Coffey Jones, and our BFA Sports crew here from Cherry Hill, and off the miss, it's Malachi Green. Can't get it. They fight for a rebound. Is it a jump ball? It is. So the Cougars actively again on the glass get the held ball.
Look a little disorganized, this Atlantic Christian right there on that inbounds play, but they get the ball in and see if they can get it around.
We think a little matchup zone, Coffey. That's what it looks like, doesn't it? Bounce pass and a giveaway from the Cougars. Evan Pearson into the ball game, a sophomore, number 32. Not able to handle that pass. It is Caleb Magnin, number 4. I made him French. And there's a push foul whistled against Evan Pearson. You caught that one, right? It's Magnin, not Magnon.
Pronunciation's everything.
It sure is. First minute of play in the second. 13-11 on the scoreboard. 2-point lead for the Knights. Osmond, pass deflected. Oh, they're going to say it wasn't deflected. And that's a turnover.
Glancy with the ball pressure there, just getting up in the face. Every time somebody's on the ball in the green uniform, their hands are active. They're trying to get a piece of the ball. They got a couple breakaway steals in that first quarter, just being active and aggressive.
Now, they're 2 Glancy, so you have to mention which one. You got Aaron, the junior, and you've got Sam, the sophomore. That runner, no good from Malachi Green. Rosie's got a board and pulls it out. And we got a travel call against Caleb Vogel.
Good hustle by Rosie, the big fella. I'm sure the football coach is here trying to get him in a helmet and some shoulder pads in the fall. And you know me, I have an affinity for football, for just all-around athletes. You know, I played a little bit of basketball back in the day, Chris.
Well, all I know is you've got a ton of Facebook vids that you from your timeline.
I'm trying to relive those highlights.
In those gyms. Right. Andruzzi tried to find a cutter. Ill-advised pass and stolen away by Sam Glancy. Malachi Green on the right side. Minute and a half gone here in the second. Ooh. And, I was going to say we're tied, but Green couldn't get that. Devin Bennett running the other way for the Knights. Devin Bennett to the basket.
Charge.
And that's a charge and a good call.
Yes.
Glancy takes the charge. Sam Glancy. Go ahead, Coffee.
No, I was going to say he got the active hands for the turnover, the possession beforehand. This time he takes a charge on one of the biggest and strongest players coming downhill from Kings Christian. Great job by Sam Glancy.
You saw at the Camden game that you did with Mike Gill on Saturday, there was a no call, and the official just put his hands up.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, as Osmond gets that rebound, and I'm wondering if that's where, because you're too far under the basket, where they have that ring. Because I could tell you now, I officiate this sport as well, and I like that. I mean, it's like, look, I saw the contact, coach, but according to me, he was in that zone. And speaking of being in the zone, there's Devin Bennett.
Leave him wide open, you double team. Good pass out of the post, and somebody's got to rotate and close out to Bennett. He's got 7 so far in the first half.
And a 5-point lead, and a whistle and a timeout taken by the Cougars with 5:44 to go here in the second. And the lead is 5, 16-11. Chris Losey, Coffee Jones, the BFA Sports crew here. And that's us right here. And it's an exciting football. That's because you're here.
We're used to it, man. We're used to it.
And there we are. It's an exciting basketball game here this evening. One thing that I'm really impressed about, though, is it's the defensive styles on both sides. Lots of turnovers, and that's why we're not getting any kind of rhythm.
Well, the ball pressure, I like what I see. We talk about Sam Glancy. Get your hands up. Coach also say active hands. I don't know if you've seen one of those movies. Coach put icy hot under the kids' armpits to make sure they keep their hands up on defense, and a couple of lazy passes. You get some run-out layups, and got a 5-point ball game, and it looks like Kings Christian is starting to find their way and getting some good shots.
And they need this, too. I mean, especially for Kings Christian. They were coming off of a really, really bad loss against Academy of Life Center. It's difficult at this level, at the high school level. You lose by 40-plus points to come back, and that's your next game.
I agree, but you got to find a way to bounce back. And I think, to me, that's kind of the beauty of basketball that I love more than even football, being able to play a couple times a week, because you don't have to wait a full 7 days to try to get your revenge and get back out there. You got a couple days, if that, and you can play again.
Vogel, and back out to Rosie. Cougars in possession, down by 5. Coming up on 5.5 to go here in the second. Green with a runner.
Great defense.
Short with that, another one and done. Andruzzi with the left hand to the basket.
Oh, missed it.
It's the contact.
Hey, you're not getting that from him.
Rosie took that loaf of bread and sealed it. Here's Green, a pull-up.
Good hesitation.
He didn't call it.
Yeah, he didn't call it, but I think he came to the hesitation, the jump stop, didn't take the charge, pulled up with the floater, and got the bank.
Down to 3, Andruzzi. Contact, and he'll go to the line. Fouled on the way up by Vogel.
Way to draw the contact there. He just kind of slithers through the lane. Little 1-2, almost a Euro step. Manages Ginobili style and draws the contact and gets to the line.
When Rosie pulled down that board, what did you say?
I said he's not getting the ball.
Not getting that ball from him.
From a football player, you're not getting a rebound from him. It'll be a tie-up at best.
Andruzzi has 3 this evening, and that's what the lead is. Cougars go to the bench. Aaron Glancy into the ball game. And he replaces Devin Tridente, number 2, a junior. Andruzzi missed them both. Sam Glancy with the rebound. Finds brother Aaron. Aaron right to the basket.
Ooh. Scoop that back to the right hand. I thought he was going to go reverse layup. Great job. We're back in a one-point game, Chris.
Osman in the corner.
Too much dribbling.
Double team, tied up, stolen away.
I want to say great defense, but that's bad offense right there. And again, oh.
Aaron Glancy.
We're watching some Kyrie Irving filet videos. Couple tough layups back to back.
It's the Cougars with the lead now by 1, and a full court pressure from the Cougars. Devin Bennett as the Knights get through.
See this Atlantic Christian team, they're hyped up. Their whole bench is,
Andruzzi, and I think Rosie cut him off to the basket.
Yeah, they got a little bit of a forearm. I like the way he kept the ball low, away from the reach of the defenders. Most defenders don't like to bend at the knees.
Rosie's first, but 6 on the Cougars, so the next one will put the Knights on the free throw line. 4 minutes exactly in the second. 1 point lead for Atlantic Christian. Osman for 3.
Oh. Didn't hesitate. I thought there was a shooter in his face. I didn't think he would have the call to take that shot, what he did. And we're in a tight ball game with some corner 3.
Osman's first 3 of the night. 2-point lead for the Knights. Rosie backing in.
Oh, great pass. Oh, great pass, big fella.
And I don't think that Evan Pearson was expecting it as he checked back into the ball game for the Cougars. Call that an unforced error, right?
I agree.
Down to 3.5.
Coaches tell the kills you every time. Missed free throws and unforced turnovers.
And Rosie had his pocket picked. Loose ball. They're on the floor. Glancy dives. Pearson's able to get it. Sam Glancy. And it was deflected out of bounds. Cougars will keep it. Only 2 team fouls for Kings Christian.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're not fouling people. They're getting active hands, getting the steals. Holding on to a 2-point lead. Great pass.
Green to Pearson.
That's how you do it off the pick and roll. The roll guy goes late. Bounce pass, easy layup.
Not it again. Bennett needs a screen. Finds Osman. Andruzzi's got it. Stuffed. Glancy. Sam all over. Clean block too, Coffee.
I definitely agree with that.
More housekeeping. The net was caught up in the rim. Might have been from that Osman 3 that was nothing but the cord, right? 2:40 left. Tie game. Andruzzi, cutter, underneath, contact, no call. So Andruzzi's going to take it himself.
Man, this kid's an athlete.
Kevin Beer was all by himself with the basket ball underneath the basket and wound up hitting the deck and no call. Rosie. Andruzzi went flying in the paint. Glancy, pull up, too strong. Pearson's got the rebound. And a kick out. Would Rosie try it for three?
I hope he would, but he turned it over.
Devin Bennett with the left hand to the basket.
Oh, they caught it on the floor.
So foul called on the floor, but guess what? That will put the Knights in the 1-1. That's the team foul number 7 for Atlantic Christian. It's Rosie's second. 21-19, helter-skelter all the way. Good ball game, though, in BFA.
I definitely agree with that. I'm excited to see how this is going to turn in as we get into the second half with both of these teams pressing. Oh, good rebound.
Off the miss. Andruzzi's in the paint, tied up, and that's a jump ball. Arrow points to King, so they'll keep it.
Just the height advantage when you look at guys and his leaping ability of Andruzzi and Bennett as well. Second chance opportunity here for Kings Christian.
Beer with the inbound. Osmond, and he hits
wow.
the deck.
It's a bad foul. It's a bad foul. Going to put him back on the free throw line.
You wonder who it is. If it's on Rosie, that's his third. But nope, they're going to call it on Malachi Green. That's his first. So another 1-on-1 opportunity.
You know, Chris, when I played basketball as a football player, I didn't take any fouls home with me.
Really?
I'm going to use them all. That's just the nature of the aggressiveness that I try to play with. And you can see it there from Rosie.
And Bennett on top of him.
Gives up the offensive rebound. That's just a height disadvantage for the big fella.
You can see why Rutgers is calling him.
Yeah, he's an athlete. Oh, good back cut. Great.
Clancy from Pearson. Two-point game. Bennett will get the timeout. The pressure, that one from Sam Glancy in the timeout taken with 1:22 to go. That is a 30-second timeout, so we'll stay right here.
See, both teams, when they get the ball into the middle of the floor, good things can happen. You see Andruzzi, he gets an and one with the layup opportunity, and there, back cut by Glancy, and Sam gets 2 points on the board for Atlantic Christian.
Two-point game, 18 fouls to 2, and I'm not sure if you expected that. You talked to Coach Pat Harvey before the game. What did he tell you?
Well, both of these teams, they wanted to force turnovers, and they've done that. But who's going to be able to make shots, especially in the second half as this game starts to get tight? These teams have gotten a lot of run-out layups and easy opportunities because of the turnovers. But when the game slows down into the half court as we get into the fourth quarter, who's going to be able to make a set shot in the half-court offense?
$70 seconds left. Always like doing that.
For the math students out there.
Absolutely.
All in the middle of the court. There we go.
Andruzzi taking on Pearson. 6 for Andruzzi.
I mean, he's got the footwork and just the patience in the middle of the floor. Reminds me a lot of those European big men just being able to handle the ball, distribute, or make a play.
Now that foul's going to go on Devin Bennett. No, they're not going to call Devin Bennett. 23 is Cale McGill. His first personal. I didn't see him at all. Bennett was right in the middle of that. 40 seconds left. Pearson can't back up Andruzzi and kicks it out. Green all the way through.
Another good jump stop. Gets to his spot. Throws up the floater if he can't get all the way to the cup. Great job, Malachi Green.
6 points, Malachi Green. 2-point game. That's McGill finding the cutter. And that's Devin Bennett going to the basket and a foul called.
Job by Bennett forcing the action. Just under 17 seconds left to go in this first half. He's going to go back to the line for 2 more free throws.
Hope you're watching us on the YouTube channel. 2-point game. 3-point game. Bennett will get another. Coffey said 16 seconds left here in the second. Now you've got not 1, not 2, 3 fouls to give. Bennett with them both. 8 for him. And Green, Sam
Good
Glancy.
move.
Gotta hurry. 9 seconds. Glancy heard me, went right to the basket. Took the contact, no call. Ball out of bounds to the Knights.
I'm wondering why he didn't pull the ball out, try to get a last shot there, or even kick it to the corner. Had a wide open corner 3. He was Pearson in the corner, but missed opportunity there.
1 second for Bennett.
Ooh.
Almost. And we are at halftime in a thriller here tonight in Cherry Hill. In Kings Christian, the score, the Knights 27 and Atlantic Christian Cougars 23. Chris Losey, Coffee Jones here courtside in the corner, if you will, in Kings Christian. And thrilling basketball game. Devin Bennett thus far, though, doing it all for Kings Christian.
I mean, he's kind of just showing what he's here for and why the colleges are kind of salivating over him. And between him and Andruzzi down low, they've been able to get rebounds, steals, deflections. Their length, height, and athletic ability is just overpowering Atlantic Christian right now for a 4-point lead.
What do you want to say about the Glancy brothers, too, on the other side?
They've been active. I like what they've seen, taking charges, getting steals, getting run-out layups, even hitting a couple jump shots, the back cuts. They've been doing their thing in the half court. When they finally get against that set defense, can they keep it up in the second half and build into this 4-point deficit?
A school like Rutgers that wants a Devin Bennett type of player, you go to a Christian academy when you're recruiting, is that something that says that more about the kid, because not only does he excel on the court but in the school?
In the school as well. You talk about, Kings Christian, Atlantic Christian, both of these are academic, higher echelon high schools in the area, so you're going to know what you're getting automatically from these kids as a character standpoint and an academic standpoint. And athletically, you can just watch the game. We don't have to talk about it. No. You can watch the game and see the type of athlete he's going to be. So for a Big Ten school to even be, sniffing around, looking at the film and giving him some calls, that shows what they believe in his talent and his potential.
It's quite a conference, isn't it?
I agree. Some of the best in the country. Yeah. You talk about Iowa, Ohio State, Michigan State, all ranked this season. Big Ten, you can play some basketball if you can go to the Big Ten.
How about at this level with this particular conference as well, this Christian Academy conference? Not too shabby.
I mean, they got some players, obviously. I like what I'm seeing on the other side. Malachi Green, just the way his hesitation dribbles, getting to the lane. I mean, kind of reminds me of a Damian Lillard type player. A little bit undersized compared to some of the guys he's going against, but he's found a way to get his floater, get to the cup. He can make a couple plays for his team. They can probably pull this one out on the road.
Now, you saw DJ Wagner take control of the game like you did on Saturday. That is something I think the call has been made to Devin Bennett to do the same.
you got to have your stars show up, and that's the end of the day. Whether it's Kevin Durant, LeBron James, whatever level you're playing at, your stars have to be there, be there night in and night out. And for right now, Devin Bennett is starting to take over.
We're at halftime here, 27-23. Kings Christian is in front of Atlantic Christian Academy, and Premier Orthopaedic Associates is proud to be a sponsor of high school basketball, and we're thrilled to have them for their support and allowing us to do these ball games in particular, because not many people are permitted in the gym. You can't tell here, but I'd say about, maybe 50, 60 people here in the gym.
Yeah, some family and friends, with most of the noise being made by that Atlantic Christian bench over there. Their coaching staff, they got those guys riled up when they're taking charges, getting deflections, and every basket they make, you could hear them cheering themselves on, being their own cheerleaders here on the road.
So while we have this opportunity, of course, I was doing sideline on Saturday. We're talking spring football.
I'm hearing some rumors. It'd be great for me. Obviously, it'd be great for the kids. You see some colleges kind of think about and tinker with that idea. But right now, Chris, if there's football, I want to be there. I'm used to it. The Arena League was in the spring. I'm used to it.
You surprised that the Ivy League decided not to play anything in the spring? I am.
I am, definitely. But obviously an academic, conference as a whole and all the institutions, they're going to worry about the health and well-being of their student athletes and staff. and academics first.
How come the Big East isn't? I mean, I'm just playing devil's advocate.
That you'd have to ask them. I remember talking at the Ivy League Media Day back at ESPN last year before the season. They talked about it, and one of the questions we did have was, why not allow Ivy League champion to go to the playoffs, into the FCF playoffs in football? And that year, Princeton, that came off an undefeated season, was up the highest number 8 in the country. I felt like they could have competed with the North Dakota State and some of those other higher echelon schools at that level. The commissioner of the Ivy League simply said, we're about academics.
Yep.
And we want our kids to be able to focus on finals, and that's what they're here for. Sports comes secondary. It's student athlete.
We're only here to tell the story, but, from the other's perspective, I mean, I'm an official, and, the Ivy League is part of the Division I baseball conferences. A lot of athletes at Princeton, I know for a fact, went up to the dean, went to the, I guess you call it not the management, but, the executive side, right? Administration,
yep.
Thank you. The administration of the school, and said, hey, what are you doing?
Kids want to play. I mean, you've seen it at the Big Ten level in football when Justin Fields and, the guys from Ohio State and Penn State, they say, we want to play, and they came in a little later in the fall to finally get a season in for 2020. But, at the end of the day, athletes, this is what we do. You want to play. This is why you choose some of the colleges and even the high school level, why you choose some of the places where you go for your scholastic studies is because of the academic prowess of that program.
All right, so let's take a look at what we've got for the halftime stats as we come back to this basketball game. Kings Christian in front of Atlantic Christian by 4, 27-23 here on BFA. And we start with who else? Devin Bennett. I can't say Rutgers commit, but so what do we call it? Like an interest?
Yeah, definitely. Interest? I mean, if they're speaking around and sending them information and letters and giving them phone calls, there's definitely interest there, and I can see why. It's not like this is somebody we're reaching on. You see his athletic ability. You can see him just walking into the gym amongst the rest of the team. He's the biggest kid. He's athletic. He can shoot the ball. He's shown a little bit of everything, his hustle and tenacity. I see why they'd be at least trying to make a phone call.
He's got 9 to lead all scorers. Second to him was Isaiah Andrews. You mentioned him. He's got 7, but down low, he is really being
especially when they get the ball to the middle of that zone. He catches that ball. He turns and looks to each corner. If no one's there and he's got a one-on-one, there's nobody really right now, especially, some of the bigs and the backline defenders for Atlantic Christian. Nobody that can stop him athletically. He's getting right to the rim and getting some and one layups.
And Malachi Green with 6 on the other side.
And he's just quick. He's one of the first guys out here trying to get his warm-ups in. He's got that quick in-and-out handle, that dribble he can get to anywhere on the court. It's tough to go against this set defense. Talking about, Bennett and those guys in the back end for for Kings Christian. I think Malachi Green, expect him to get more shots up in the second half.
All right, so you ready? This is the question you're going to love. Jacob Rosie. What position do you see him on the football field?
I see him as a nose guard and a fullback. If you remember, he's wearing that number 34, Isaiah Rakes. We watched him at the prep. He's down at Texas A&M. Yeah, he was playing running back, a little bit of everything. And the kid, look, I just watched him hit 2 back-to-back threes right now, Chris, warming up. All right, the big man can shoot. Give him the ball and let him loose, Coach.
Why not? Teams are getting back onto the court as we're going to start the second half momentarily in a good ball game that we thought was going to be a good ball game, and it is. Okay, adjustments. If you're Kings Christian, what do you have to do? Well, yeah, first of all, the matchup zone I think is working a little bit, but on the transition they're getting beat.
They're getting beat because the ball's getting in the middle of the court. And any coach will tell you at any level of basketball, if the team's going to press you, get the ball to the middle of the court, then you've got options to go right or left. When you're a trapping team on defense, you want to keep the ball on one side, trap those guys, and try to get forced turnovers. If you get the ball in the middle, you've got options. And the way that Andrewsy and Bennett have been able to break this press, they've been able to get some easy layups.
And how about on the other side, when with Kings with the ball, what do the Cougars have to do? I mean, I don't know if you want to – is it too early to try a box and one maybe on number 5?
I mean, you got to worry about a 5 and 24. I mean, you got to maybe go triangle in 2, or maybe you just drop back and play some zone in the front line of this defense, because those bigs and Bennett and Andrewsy have been cleaning the glass.
It was that held ball in the second quarter that went to the Knights, so the arrow now goes to the Cougars as we get ready to start the third. The Glancies are on the floor, along with Malachi Green, Jacob Rosie, and Evan Pearson. Take it, big fella.
They're being patient right now.
Glancy
ball pressure
to his brother Glancy. Tried to dish to Pearson, but cut off by Osmond. Kyle Schroll, Kevin Beer, Josiah Osmond, Devin Bennett, and Andruzzi, the starting five here in the second half. Out of bounds, it'll stay with the Knights. First minute of play, third quarter here from Kings Christian, and a 4-point lead for the Knights. Kick ball from Malachi. Yeah, that's some serious soccer coordination right there. It's a violation, but it's still. The inbound now from the side from Magnan. In the corner, Andruzzi just able to keep both his feet in and keep possession. Threw another football term at you. Look at the pressure, though. That's Aaron Glancy.
They're extended all the way out dang near the full court. Good back cut, though.
Bennett's in double figures.
Malachi Green played him up a little high as he came to get the ball. And Bennett give it good back cut, good job, and gets the layup.
Lead is 6.
Oh, he didn't even look the shooter right there. Patience getting the gap. There we go, big fella. Oh, he missed the foul there.
No call. Osmond comes away with the board. And they're slowing it down a bit. Andruzzi screen. Andruzzi with a pick and roll. Andruzzi to the basket, and he's fouled. He'll be on the floor. We've got a foul on the Cougars.
And Andruzzi, only a sophomore. It's something he'll learn as he gets older. Takes that extra step to try to get to the cup. He does draw the foul, but I think if he just takes one dribble and looks immediately to that corner, that's a wide open shot for one of his teammates.
Evan Pearson with the foul, his second. And an inbound for the Knights, and it went right through control, and a foul now called in the backcourt on Malachi Green. Kyle Schroll, Jr., 6'4" forward, number 15. That's Osmond. He can make it.
Look, I don't think he's hesitated yet. He's been there, Kyle Corver. When he's touched the ball is going up out of his hands in less than a second, all 3 times.
9 for him. Green to the basket, and he'll go to the line.
See just the hesitation, dribble. Going to his left, too, showing the ability to use both hands. Gets the floater up and gets the foul.
Trying to stop a 5-0 run for the Knights to start the quarter. Not yet. And Rosie will take a seat. Caleb Vogel back into the game. Green missed them both. Schroll hits the deck along with Pearson, a jump ball, and the Knights will get it.
Tough situation there. This lead is extended to 9. Get your best player at the line. And Malachi Green, he misses 2 free throws.
So the run continues. Magnan, short. That was a 3. Follows it up and then threw it behind the backboard.
Here we go. You see Kings Christian back in that full court press. 1-2-2.
Sam Glancy finds his brother Aaron. All the way.
Good step through.
And that ends the run.
Good step through.
7 for the older Glancy and a foul called. And I'm not sure you want this either, Coffee.
Yeah, you don't want to get into a foul session and put teams at the line early in the quarter.
Pearson just picked up his second quick one in the half and 3 total. That's Schroll, double teamed. Osmond's open.
Told you, catch and shoot. He's going to put the ball up.
Kick ball here on the violation. The Knights will keep it. He's really in rhythm, though. I mean, catch, shoot, like you said.
That one was just off the mark, but he's been able to get a couple baskets to fall in this 7-point lead right now for the home team. Again, lazy passes on both sides. You've seen a lot of deflection, a lot of balls flying out of bounds. Got to be more crisp and disciplined with the ball.
Osmond backing in.
Didn't hook him. Osmond showing a little inside game. He put the ball on the ground and scored, Chris.
11 for him, and that's going to get even Pearson off the bench, and he's coming back into the ball game. And another foul called, and this one is on Bennett, his second.
Again, second time we've seen it in this game with Bennett trying to go against Malachi Green. Allows him to get to that right hand. He gets that shoulder. He's already a shorter player. Turns the corner and draws the second foul.
Pearson and Rosie out top. Aaron Glancy making his way in. Had to pick up the dribble, though. Good defense by Andruzzi.
Here we go.
Green will try it.
Oh, no call either way.
Tough shot. Contested air ball. Pearson couldn't handle it.
The referees just kind of let their whistles go inside their shirts there. I thought Rosie had a tough screen on the ball, and then looked like Green got hit on that jump shot.
Green stepped in the way of that, forced the turnover. Cougars get it back. Down 9. Aaron Glancy backing in, and the foul, it's an offensive foul.
I thought that was a block. I thought that he jumped right in front of him and just took that. I thought it was a block.
I concur, my friend. I was ready, signaling the block, but
I'll give Schroll credit. He took the charge and stood in there. Ball in the middle of the court. You got to run out. And,
Bennett can't get it, but it'll go to the line. By the way, that foul was on Sam Glancy. And right away, 5 team fouls for Atlantic Christian. And for Sam Glancy, that's his 3rd. So he has 3. Evan Pearson has 3. And the lead is now in double figures.
Look at that, Bennett. Just a great job by this Kings Christian team getting that ball in the middle of the floor. Beat that press very easily. You get 2 points out of it from your best player.
13 for Bennett. He leads all scorers. And the night lead is now 11. Rosie out top. Looks like the Knights are denying the entry.
The ball pressure. Right there, they're up in people's faces. Oh, yeah, they caught you with the hand in the cookie jar, Mr. Bennett.
The cookie jar closed on him fast, and that's his 3rd personal.
You see the active hands is picked up. 11-point lead right now for Kings Christian. There's a wide open shot. Good movement off of that set play.
Malachi Green in double figures.
Way to step up, Mr. Green.
I'm not sure why you're granting the timeout, because Devin Bennett's got the ball in his hands. But they're going to allow the timeout from the Cougars with 3:53 left here in the 3rd. And an 8-point lead here for the Knights. Today's game brought to you by Premier Orthopaedic Associates. You are under doctor's orders to contact Dr. Dwyer at Premier Orthopaedic Associates for the care that you deserve. Premier Orthopaedic Associates, proud sponsor of BFA sports coverage of high school basketball. And again, our grateful thanks for their support. Did you have fun on Saturday?
Of course.
That was a 7-point game at halftime.
It was 2 points right before that. They cut it to 2. They give up a layup, then the 3-ball at the buzzer to make it 7. And then that just kind of looked like some breathing room for Camden, because if they go to the locker room, 2-point game, in that game, I feel like it's a little bit different.
I knew.
Stith and those guys at Cherokee, they weren't scared.
When I saw Rick Brunson and I asked him 2 different questions that got the same answer, I knew exactly what he wanted to do in the second half. Just like you say, ball pressure, ball pressure. Following the timeout, Andruzzi, Schroll.
Good deflection, Rosie.
And off that turnover, the younger Glancy pulled up. Green's open again. A step back.
Bucket. Here he comes. Here he comes. Back-to-back threes.
12 for Green.
I'll take a charge.
Magnan is on the scoreboard, and the lead back up to 7. Actually 13 for Green. This is Aaron Glancy. Nice dish to Pearson.
Buckley. Great job penetrating inside the defense. Simple pass, simple layup. We got a 5-point ball game, which was just 11 a minute ago, Chris.
Cougars on the mini run here, just like Coffey mentioned. Schroll with the inbound to Devin Bennett. Bennett with 13 points, leads everybody.
Ooh.
Magnan again.
Ooh.
2 straight.
Little step through there, Magnan.
Lead back up to 7.
ACs need to find a way to get the ball to number 3. Malachi Green's hit his last 2 threes. There he's open again. You miss him.
Sam Glancy tried to take on 2. Comes away with it. Now there's Malachi. Had to pull up.
Oh,
and he's fouled.
he got bailed out there, and I thought he was about to have a travel and a walk, but he slowed up just enough to force the foul and the push by Bennett. I can see Bennett talking to him right now.
Bennett's got 4, and he's going to have to take a seat on the bench.
Here's a chance for Atlantic Christian to try to make a run with the best player on the floor. Just sat down for Kings Christian.
Beer into the game for him. Green open. Doesn't get the roll. Good box out by Beer.
Same play they ran a couple series ago.
Andruzzi pulled up. That's good defense there, I think, by Pearson. Just enough to alter that shot. Malachi Green back for the Cougars, and he'll pull up. 2 minutes to go and a 7-point lead for the Knights.
Got a one-on-one situation. He breaks it down, gets in the lane, and gets 2 free throws.
That might have been clean, but the foul was called. A blocking foul on Schroll.
I don't know about that. Blocking foul, maybe on the arm, but.
We heard something.
That time, quick hesitation, cross through the legs. Malachi Green goes to the left, gets in the lane, and gets to the foul line.
Chance to cut into the 7-point lead. Well, one observation, and that is that Atlantic Christian really struggles from the free throw line. Green got the roll. He's got 14. The lead is 6, and here comes some full court from the Cougars. Cross court from Osmond. Schroll's in the middle, and he had it pickpocketed, but it's out of bounds, and it'll stay as Aaron Glancy got his hand on that. Knights will keep it with 1:46 to go. Vogel into the game for Malachi Green for the Cougars. Osmond had to give it up. Magnan's open.
Hey!
In, out, and in again.
Magnan's showing up here in this third quarter. He's got 7 in the quarter. Couple layups, hits that 3. Oh, I don't think he touched the line. I don't know about that one.
We were right here.
I had a better angle than the ref did, but
yeah,
he wasn't on it.
He was not on the line. No. The turnover, Knights have it. With 1:25 to go, a 9-point lead. Very entertaining game here on BFA tonight. Glad you're enjoying it. Magnan looked like he ran into a roadblock. And this is Sam Glancy, his brother Aaron. Minute to go, Rosie comes out of that corner. Sam Glancy. And now some patience from the Cougars.
Yeah, without Malachi Green on the floor. Euro step. Oh, he blows the layup.
Got a foul called. If it's on Pearson, it's his 4th, Coffey.
Malachi Green on the bench for Atlantic Christian. Nobody really was able to create their shot quickly off the dribble.
Instead, it's on Aaron Glancy. That's his 4th, and Green has to come back into the ball game with 46 seconds left here in the third. control with the inbound and a 9-point lead. Full court again. They're having some problems here, are they? Knights finally get through. Andruzzi to the middle, but he missed the rim. With 25 seconds left, Coffee, do you hold for one?
I think you do. Yeah, be patient, be patient. Go 1-4, give your guy Malachi Green some room to work. Oh, and he gets his pocket picked.
By Magnan.
Oh, great block.
Sam Glancy rejects it.
Yeah, that's the hustle you need.
First person to give him some love, that man right there, Rosie. Not sure what happened, but oh, they called a foul. Coffee Jones, they called a foul on that.
Chris, it's a home team call. I got to be honest with you. I thought it was a clean block. I thought it was a clean block.
So did I. Magnan will get one more. What a quarter he's had. That's 8 for him. With 11 seconds to go. Second one on the rim and out. And a loose ball, and it will go to the Cougars as Malachi Green threw it off of Kyle Schroll. 9 seconds. That is Sam Glancy with the inbound. His brother Aaron on the bench with 4 fouls, and they threw it right to Magnan. Can't finish, can't follow. 3 seconds. Green lost it. Schroll before the clock.
Oh.
No good. And that's the end of the third. Here at Kings Christian with a 9-point lead for the Knights. They lead 43-34 here on BFA.
Hi, I'm Dr. Trina Lisko, a provider here at Premier Orthopaedic Associates. I love that we get to watch these athletes play again. There is nothing better than being able to participate in an activity that you love. However, I know that COVID has us all a little less active than we would like, especially if weather conditions don't allow us to get outside and we've been restricted from the gym. Now is the time to consider some cross-training. Consider body-weighted activities, which are my favorite. Do timed interval repetitions with a little rest in between to help keep your heart rate up and activate your cardiovascular system. We can all stay healthy and active during this time. Remember to start slow and work technique before progressing to higher repetitions. Slow and steady will do the job.
We start the fourth quarter here in Cherry Hill. Kings Christian with the score. The Knights 43 and the Cougars of Atlantic Christian 34. Chris Losey, Coffee Jones, and our BFA Sports crew here on a really miserable night outside weather-wise. It rained, it snowed. It's usually when they say when the weather's bad outside, how good is it inside? Yeah. And the temperature's rising, my friend, in this basketball game.
It really is. Got a 9-point lead for the home team, and Kings Christian going into this fourth quarter. Their best players got 4 fouls. Can Malachi Green and this Atlantic Christian team dig into this lead?
He has 14 and 3 fouls. That's Sam Glancy, Evan Pearson, Vogel, and Rosie. They're the 5 for the Cougars. Andruzzi, Osman, Schroll, Magnan, and Beer. Rosie hit the deck. Able to keep it alive, though, as he got it to Glancy.
Look at the ball pressure. Look at these guys. They're up on the ball. Every pass, they're closing out, except for Rosie. Oh.
His first attempt, no. Glancy's got a rebound, and then he's in trouble. Really in trouble. Still fights for it. Rosie.
Good pass, big fella. Oh, good block.
Green, that was a clean block, I thought, but the foul was called.
It's a makeup call. make them call. They owed him one from Glancy's block. But great pass by Rosie. Top of the key, pump fakes, takes one step, gets to the elbow, drops a dime.
That's got to happen for the Cougars.
Yeah, got to make free throws. Rebound and make free throws, and this is a tight ball game.
Green with them both. First minute of play in the fourth, and the lead is 7. There's Caleb Magnan. Try the long one. It's broken down, and there's Rosie, and the ball goes to the Cougars. Took that official about 9 seconds to make a call who he was pointing to.
You'd wish you had a fullback that great.
He was clearing it out. You're going to go fullback because of the number he's wearing, right? I'm telling you, that's what you're doing.
And just the body size, the way he can be athletic and move, and his height as well.
Green with a step on Magnan, then a pull up in front of Osman. That's short. Andruzzi pulls down the rebound, running for the Knights. He can do it. Nice dish underneath.
Oh, he missed it. Throw it out, throw it out.
Beer couldn't handle that. And we're coming back the other way. Sam Glancy. Vogel off the screen.
If it's not Malachi Green, who's really going to get this offense going? And here he goes. Cuts to the lane. Nice bucket. Just a quick jab step to the baseline. Most defenders are caught up the baseline. Green gets right inside the defense and gets the layup.
17. He now leads all scorers tonight. The lead down to 5. Schroll is open. He'll drive. Dish it. Magnan. Short.
Great box
out. Sam Glancy, what a job he just did, that young man. Boxing him out.
Him and his brother both done the little things for Atlantic Christian here today.
That was Pearson eyeing that 3. Glancy driving and scoring.
Through the contact, I thought he could have got an and one in that situation, but here we go from an 11-point game, cut down to 3, and a timeout.
8-0 run for the Cougars. And Coffey said it's down to a 3-point lead. 5:18 to go here in the fourth on BFA. Chris Losey, Coffey Jones, and our BFA Sports crew here tonight in Cherry Hill. What a ball game we have in this matchup of last year's championship between Atlantic and Kings Christian in the Tri-State Christian Athletic Conference.
Well, this final 5 minutes and 23 seconds, Chris, is going to come down to a couple things. Turnovers, rebounds, and who's going to be able to make free throws. Neither one of these teams have serious foul trouble. Obviously, Devin Bennett is still on the bench for Kings Christian. He's going to be a guy to watch because he's got 4 fouls coming into the final few minutes of this game.
We're looking at one of the parents that apparently is giving that official quite an earful. And the official's like, I don't want to hear it anymore. I've had enough. So.
You've never experienced something like that, have you, Chris?
Yeah. No.
Not as an official.
No. My favorite line, and I've said this to you a million times, is like, I don't care who wins this game. I really don't.
Just make the call how you see it.
Exactly. Call what you see and then go home and sleep well that night, right? 8-0 run for the Cougars has trimmed an 11-point lead down to 3. It's 43-40 with 5:23 to go. Isaiah Andruzzi. And a double team, when you pick up the dribble, Coffee, only bad things happen there.
It's that 1-2-2 press. You see the ball did not get to the middle of the court.
Magnan will try it and hit it.
Okay. The glue guy, Magnan.
Gets in double figures. He's got 10.
That's a big shot. Kind of stalled the momentum. Atlantic Christian have. Now they get a run out. It should be a wide open layup. He slowed down.
Glancy thought he was fouled. Andruzzi to the basket. No good with that. And then Rosie's all over Schroll. And when I tell you all over, all over.
2 possessions back to back. And You had an opportunity with the cut to a three-point ball game for Atlantic Christian. You give up the 3 by Magnan, and you get the run out for 2 free throws.
This is a 1-and-1, folks. 8 already for the Cougars. Team fouls. Chance to cut into a 6-point lead. 4:40 to go. Vogel. Sam Glancy.
It's like a little 3-2 matchup zone. There he is. Malachi Green gets the ball in the middle. Oh, doesn't get the contact.
And out of bounds to the Knights.
He's a little more lift as he split through, trying to get that floater up, but good job attacking that 3-2 matchup.
See that gentleman right there with his arms folded right there against the wall? That's the one that was really giving it to that official. So my question, why is he still there? All right, across the timeline. Devin Bennett back in the game and fires a long 3 and is fouled.
You cannot foul jump shooters. That's rule number 1. Don't foul jump shooters.
Sam Glancy with his 3rd. I didn't see a foul there, did you?
But you know what? You got to give him space to land. And if you're a smart player, I believe Mr. Bennett is, you got to, throw yourself into a guy's way. I seen James Harden do, a couple little clever moves to draw a call.
One more for Bennett. Now one more. I forgot it was a 3. Aaron Glancy in with his 4 fouls is into the game, replacing Caleb Vogel. So you got the 2 Glancys, Evan Pearson, Malachi Green, and big Jacob Rosie. 2 out of 3. I've got him for 15, right?
Losing count, Chris. I'm running out of fingers.
And Rosie's running out of room in the corner, and a jump ball is called, and that'll belong to the Knights on that held ball. Turnover there for Atlantic Christian.
It's a tough situation here. They're going to have to find out how they can climb back into this ball game, get some stops, and get some easy buckets.
There goes Schroll. Four points for Kyle Schroll. Lead back up to 10. Aaron Glancy, wild shot off the glass, and a whistle and a foul.
That's the tough part. You got a 10-point ball game now if you're Atlantic Christian, and every bit of contact and the aggressiveness that's used against you is going to be free throws for Kings Christian.
And Rosie whistled for his 4th. And a double bonus for Kings Christian with a 10-point lead and 3:37 on the clock. And the Knights really want to be making their free throws here. That would seal it with Isaiah Andruzzi to the line, and it'll be a 2-shot foul.
Half. A lot of work done by Mannion. And even Bennett with the 4 fouls. He comes up with a big free throw there to push this to an 11-point lead.
Pearson takes a seat on the bench. Andruzzi missed the second. Malachi Green going to get that engine started. Got to go fast. Timeout, Cougars. They've got 3 left with 3:32 left in the ball game. And an 11-point lead for the Knights. They're in front 51-40 here on BFA. Chris Losey, Coffee Jones, and the BFA Sports crew here tonight. Great ball game for you here in Cherry Hill, sponsored by Premier Orthopaedic Associates. Well, Coffee, with 3.5 minutes to go, what do you expect?
Well, this lead is blown open, and the problem is Atlantic Christian, they've got an opportunity with the press defense to get back in the ball game. But if they give up open layups, you let players down the baseline, you let the ball in the middle of the court in your zone press, you're going to give up easy layups, and this can turn into a 2-point ball game or a 20-point ball game in the next 2 minutes.
Interesting, 16 team fouls in this half alone. That's a lot of whistles, and I think you and I thought, quite honestly, that 3 of them at least. I got 3.
Maybe 3, questionable, but they've been fair. They've been on both sides. I thought Bennett got a call that maybe he shouldn't have. I thought Malachi Green got a call that maybe I thought was a clean block as well.
Here we go. After the timeout and an 11-point deficit for the Cougars, what do? Rosie set a huge pick.
Oh, you got to be ready to shoot. Got to be ready to shoot.
Lancy picked it up. Brother Sam's got it. Watched by Osmond. Off the pick from his brother. Needed that 3 to go. And a floorboard for Schroll. Now you can play keep away, and Bennett tries a 3 instead.
Great hustle. Great hustle.
Aaron Glancy, Malachi Green. Can't get it, and another 1 and done. And then Malachi Green, that's a bad foul there.
Yeah, it was. I thought he had the speed to be able to get back in front.
That should be Green's 4th.
The biggest probably a 2-shot foul. They're in a double bonus now.
No, it's his 3rd. I think we had him for 3, but it's now officially his 3rd.
Yeah, like I said, every foul call is going to be free throws for the rest of the way for Kings Christian.
11 team fouls. Osmond makes the 1st. He's just got that shooter's touch.
Yeah, you've seen the first half. As soon as he caught it, ball's going up. And I watched him pregame warming up, getting some shots up. He's got a clean shooting stroke.
12 for him, 1 out of 2. Aaron Glancy. Rosie. Glancy for 3, needed that.
Big shot.
Sam Glancy cuts the lead to 9.
Can they get a stop with this press defense? And the biggest problem is they don't have any bigs with height in the back end that can stop layups like that.
Devin Bennett. 19 points, leads all scorers. Vogel for 3. Nope. Bennett the board, fouled by Malachi Green. Or is it on 25? Aaron Glancy, it is, and he's out.
Tough situation. It's going to be hard to rebound against this taller, more athletic team from Kings Christian, but good wide open look in the corner from Atlantic Christian. Can't knock it down. You foul. Just trying to hustle and be aggressive on the rebound.
Things got a little hairy there for Kings with an 8-0 run that chopped an 11-point lead down to 3. But then this guy said, no, we're not going to have any of that. That's his 21st point. And it's now a 13-point lead again. We're down to 2:05 to go. Sam Glancy grabbed on the way. Magnan says he got all ball. What do you think, Coffee Jones?
I thought it was a little bit of both. A little bit of hand, a little bit of ball. I just did like as he drove that lane, you watch a guy, number 11, Vogel, he can kind of slide to that corner like a shooter and give your player an outlet to pass the ball to for an open look. Sometimes as players, you get caught up watching your teammates drive to the cup. My coach used to tell us, if you want to watch, buy a ticket. You got to keep moving. When you're on the court, you're going to be moving, Jones.
Sam Glancy, 11 points for him. He'll get one more. Great atmosphere, though, here at Kings Christian.
It's good to see the parents and some fans, a couple students in this game. Obviously, social distance.
Oh, we did it Camden, too, on Saturday.
Yeah, but it was just great to see kind of getting some sense of normalcy back, especially for these kids, especially these seniors.
Osmond, here comes the double team.
Don't foul, don't foul.
And he got the timeout before the pass. So a timeout taken by Pat Harvey and Kings Christian with 1:47 to go. Premier Orthopaedic Associates, proud sponsor of tonight's basketball game, the only sponsor of tonight's basketball game. which, by the way, was produced and directed by Ryan Schumacher.
The great Ryan Schumacher. Glad to see.
Reunion time, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, man. He's teammates of ours. Reunited. No, I'm not going to sing. I'm not going to sing. But it is good talking about just this crazy 2020 and into 2021 scholastic year for these students, being able to endure what they've gone through. A lot of games have been postponed, canceled, just thought up, maybe a week in advance to try to, fill a roster spot or fill a schedule spot. These kids have adapted and obviously still come out here to compete every day and every night. It's just awesome to see.
When you started that musical interlude, your fiancée, Andre? No, we're going to have none of that.
But I was never.
Did you like him singing like that?
I was never looking for my singing.
Off the inbound, there's Bennett.
Cut. Put him over 20 points for the game. Obviously the most athletic and best guy on the floor for Kings Christian.
And now you're getting to see what Rosie can do. He just ran right over Osmond.
He wasn't looking for a way to step through a Euro. He's just going, look, I'm going here, and if you're in the way, it's going to be contact. Our Doozy hits the ground, and it's a foul on him. That's the funny part. I fall to get knocked over, and I get the foul call.
It was Josiah Osmond, but you're right. I mean, it was I'm going there. Missed that. It was a 1-and-1, and now the Knights look to run it out. Magnan pulls it out. Just as I said, minute 20 to go.
Oh, he missed him right there in the middle of the floor.
I don't think they're interested in scoring, to be honest with you.
But just so you don't get trapped and turn the ball over like that, you got to move the ball.
Colin Welsh.
There we go. Good shot.
There's a three and a timeout, and the clock is still running. Finally, they stopped with 53 seconds in an 11-point game. Colin Welsh was into the game quickly for Kings, and Devin Tridente with that three for the Cougars.
My tally, that gives Malachi Green 20 points, over 20 points as well for Devin Bennett, hitting his average of 20 points per game. Malachi Green came in averaging 14.6 points, 6 rebounds, didn't get the steals like he usually does, averaging almost 5 steals a game, and you can see why with the pressure defense they put on. But it just became too much, and late in that third quarter, early fourth, with that explosive run by Kings Christian.
I got a funny feeling we're going to be back here, my friend.
I'd like it. Just kind of a intimate atmosphere, assembly hall type feel. Indiana University, it's where it's kind of quaint and cozy, and get loud. Look, those just 8 or 10 guys on the bench for Atlantic Christian making a lot of noise here in this game.
And Rosie put Bennett right on the seat of his pants at the scorer's table. Said, "You're not going through there, fella."
It's my favorite part of the game, Chris, is when you get your points up. I had 20 points and 17 rebounds in my final game at Van Nuys High School against Reseda, and at least 8 of them, 10 of them came off free throws at the end of the game.
Wow.
Because nobody wanted to guard the big man on the press. They figured, let him catch the ball. He can't shoot free throws.
You weren't even Hack of Coffee back then. You were Hack Jason.
They tried to. They tried to hack me, but I knocked them down. It was about 75%. So I knocked them down, got to 20 points.
Wait a minute. No one said that.
I should have had 30. I'm not going to tell you that. I should have had 30 that game,
right,
but I missed a few of the free throws.
No one said Hack a Shack was something that was always successful. I mean, the whole purpose of the Hack a Shack is to put them on the line.
Yeah, and to get you back in the game.
So Hack a Jason would be the same thing.
Yeah. Get you back in the game. And it's worked in some instances. I've seen other instances where, a team like the Spurs, when they're up 3, they choose not to foul. They want to play it out.
Yeah.
So people, use the rules to your advantage.
Sam Glancy fires up a 3. Pearson has that board. Tridente with a high archer.
Come in, get a bucket. Keep fighting.
5 for him.
I can tell you right now, Mannion plays football too. And I don't even know, but I'm taking a gamble. I know an athlete. When I see one, he plays football.
And Green is fouled on the way by Osmond.
And 1.
And you can see the leadership of Devin Bennett saying to Osmond, "Why are you fouling him?"
Yeah, just let him have it. Let him have it. We're under a minute to go. We're up 11. I mean, you're helping his average, helping another kid get to college and get some looks, but great ad 1.
And a third foul for Osman. $21 for Malachi.
I got 23 in my count.
23.
Yeah. Oh.
And then Androzy throws it away. 8 points, 26
over,
seconds.
Chris?
Huh? What was the over?
I don't know, but they're turning the ball over, getting a little sloppy here for Kings Christian to close this game out.
Tridente, why not?
Oh.
Missed everything. You were hoping.
Yeah, he hit that first shot. I see Malachi Green come curling around to the top, looking for the ball, and Tridente, he's feeling himself a little bit.
Yeah.
Came up short.
Schroll's going to go for the home run, and Bennett's got it. That's how you break a press. And the foul from Tridente will put Bennett on the line. Down to 15 seconds.
Say go deep. If he didn't want to go to college, he can play for the Eagles. Nice little 30-yard completion there. He's going to go to the line and try to ice this game, which is pretty much already
We
over.
just went all broadcast without mentioning that Philadelphia Eagles football team.
Well, they're rebuilding, Chris. It's all right.
You
go through this from time to time. You get a 4-year window. You had your 4 years. You won a Super Bowl.
Okay.
You won a playoff game.
Okay.
You went to the playoff games. You get one more year. Let's restart over.
You hear what I said to Barrett on Saturday? I said, as an Eagle fan, if you knew now what you knew then, or if you knew then what you know now, I'll get it right, would you take the Super Bowl knowing that you would be really struggling? Malachi Green with a miss, Osman with a rebound, no resistance from the Cougars, and that, my friends, will do it. Big win tonight for the Knights. 61-52. They're a winner tonight over Atlantic Christian. They get their revenge in that championship loss a year ago. They moved to 6-0 in the league, and the Cougars drop to 4-2. So, final thoughts on this one. Devin Bennett was as good as advertised, huh, Coffee?
He got to his average. He came in averaging over 20 points per game. This team got up and down the court. That was zone defense, but they just had too much size and athleticism, and you would wish just one guy maybe in the 6'3", 6'4 range for Atlantic Christian to be able to be on that front line to help a guy like Malachi Green out, because he did his thing. I believe he led all scorers with 23 points on the day, but Arjuzzi, Biggs, Mannion, there's just too much athleticism, and Kings Christian came up with the victory here at home.
And a big one for them. There we are. He's Coffee. I'm Chris. Reunited. That's you're going to sing it. Yeah, it was fun. But really good ball game. And the rematch from the championship, and they left everything out on the floor like they did in that championship game a year ago. It was a 5-point game. But what is important now is for Kings, they're still undefeated.
Yeah, and they got a chance to win their league title. And these two teams played for a league championship just a year ago. So now you've kind of got an upper hand. You give Atlantic Christian their second loss. You're still undefeated. There's still a lot to fight for. Don't think because of this COVID thing, teams are still fighting for championships and putting trophies out in the case in that beautiful 4-year out there.
Oh, yeah. Lots of star power on display tonight. Beginning with, of course, you talked about Devin Bennett. What do you think about a kid like Osman? Can he attract some interest at the higher level?
I mean, shooters are going to shoot, and there's so many different. I mean, I lost count how many football schools there are at the D1 level, at the FBS level. It's like 130 now. You think about FCS, but in basketball, we're talking over 350 schools, Division II level, Division III, guys going NAIA. There's so many different opportunities to play, and if somebody's going to help you further your education by playing a game of basketball or football, I'd say take it any day. And with a guy with his shooting stroke, I think he can make some scholastic money for his education.
Who else impressed you on the Atlantic side?
On the Atlantic side, obviously, Green was impressive. I like the big guy. I like Rosie.
Yeah,
I like just his hustle and the anticipation that he's played with on defense. I'm gonna try to catch him a minute ago so we get off the air and just see, did he play football and does he want to continue to play football? Because I can see that being a future for him if he wants to.
I'll tell you. Well, that's a good way to put a wrap on this one. The final score tonight: 61-52. Kings Christian
Rose.
was a winner with 25 points.
Come say hi. I know you play football, right?
For Devin Bennett.
What position?
Everything on defense, really.
Everything on defense.
No offense at all?
And he's a Steelers fan. See, he's a Steelers fan.
We had you for a fullback.
See?
Ooh,
all right.
A little bit here and there.
All right.
All right. Officially 25 points, a game high for Devin Bennett. So we just got that official from Carson McGill, who was our statistician tonight. Brian Schumacher produced and directed tonight's ball game. The executive producers of BFA Sports are Doug Stasic, Al Fisher, and Brian Murray. So, and Charles Hope, by the way, on camera
The best.
as well. So for Coffee Jones, this is Chris Losey. Thanks for joining us again tonight with another edition of high school basketball on BFA Sports presented by Premier Orthopaedic Associates. We will see you Friday at OMA. And OMA